Hi, this is Lindsay Curdy from New York City, AE2 on Joel Bettino's team. I'm currently sitting at 123.5% of my annual quota. Yes, that's $12,185 away from President's Club, so very close. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about territory planning as well as account planning. So starting with territory planning, for me, this is really the foundation to creating your roadmap to success. It's a real critical piece in an overall picture of where you want to be. So making sure that you set up your goals, you know kind of where you are at all times. And so for me, a tip that I do is I actually like to write down my annual number, and then I also write down my President's Club number. And every time I get a deal, whether it's 5K, 25K, 30K, I will subtract it from that number. So I know mentally how far, where I need to be in order to succeed and reach my goals. So a little bit switching gears in terms of account planning. So this is more of the nuts and bolts as to how I'm going to get those accounts closed. So this is just as important to figure out, where do you want to spend your time? You want to spend your time on those accounts that are going to be most lucrative for you. And so by evaluating, different metrics in an account, obviously how big they are, how engaged they are on LinkedIn, a number of different ways is how you determine, what are going to be those accounts that you focus on. I always like to have a running list of 20 accounts. They're constantly changing. If I end up talking to a decision maker and it's not a right fit or they're not hiring, I take them off my list and something will pop in. Lots of times it's accounts that, during my first scrub, I didn't even think that they would be in, my top 50, top 100. So we have so many accounts. It's just really important to make sure that we scrub the accounts, find, again, the ones that we should spend our time on. So for me, a tip in terms of scrubbing, I know lots of people will look at size of prize. I think that's certainly one element to look at, but aside from that, I really like to look at the involvement of the key stakeholders that are on LinkedIn. So are they actively involved? Are they well connected? To me, if some of those senior leaders are engaged on LinkedIn, they're going to understand the value that it can bring to their organization, even if they're not hiring a ton. So for me, that's definitely the tip that I would recommend for everyone. So with that, those are my ideas and tips.